A blessed day everyone, it's me again, Teacher Lumaban, and if you are new in my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell, to be updated in my videos. This time we will discuss the easy guide to the business model canvas. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
What is the business model canvas? The business model canvas is a tool used by the business individual and entrepreneur to visualize all the sections when starting a business, including customers, the path to market, value proposition, and finance. A business model is a simple plan describing how a business intends to generate profits. It explains who the customer base is and how to deliver value to them, and the related details of financing. And the business model canvas lets define these different components on a single page. The business model canvas is an important management tool that visualizes and assesses the business idea or concept. It's a one-page document comprising 9 boxes that describe different necessary components of a business. The business model canvas knocks the traditional business plan that spans several pages by offering a much easier way to understand the different necessary business components. The right side of the business model canvas focuses on the customer or the external factor, and the left side of the canvas focuses on the business or the internal. The external and internal factors connect in the value proposition, which is the exchange of value between the business and the customer. Why we use the business model canvas? It provides a quick summary of the business model and is devoid of unnecessary details. The visual characteristics of the business model canvas make it easier to refer to and understand by anyone. It's easier to edit and can be shared easily with any individual. Large businesses can use the business model canvas as well as startups with just a few employees. It simplifies the various aspects of the business that are related to each other. It allows everyone to get a clear idea of what the business all about. It can use as a guide for brainstorming sessions on defining the business model effectively. It views what kinds of customer decisions influence the use of the systems. Creating a business model canvas. The business model canvas is composed of 9 building components. They are: customer segments, value propositions, channels, customer relationships, revenue streams, key activities, key resources, key partnerships, cost structure. When filling out a business model canvas, it will brainstorm and research each of these components. The data gathered can be put in each relevant section of the canvas. Have the business model canvas ready when it starts the exercise. The 9 components of the business model canvas are in more detail. One of the 9 components of the business model canvas is the customer segments. Customer segmenting is the system of classifying a customer base of individuals that are similar in specific ways, such as age, gender, interests, and spending habits. Things to consider when determining your customer segments. Who are we solving the problem? Who are the people that will value my value proposition? Are they another business? If so, what are the characteristics of those businesses? Or, are they other people? Does my value proposition appeal to men/women or both? Does it appeal to young adults aged 20 to 30 or teenagers? What are the characteristics of the people who are looking for my value proposition? Another thing to gauge and understand is your market size and how many people there are in the customer segment. It will help us understand the market from a micro and macro perspective. To start understanding the customer is to create customer personas for each of the customer segments. The 9 components of the business model canvas are in more detail. The next components of the business model canvas is the customer relationships, are how a business interacts with its customers. There are several types of customer relationships. Personal assistance, It interacts with the customer in person or by email, phone call, or other means. Dedicated personal representative. It assigns a dedicated customer representative to an individual customer. Self-service. It maintains no relationship with the customer but provides what the customer needs to help themselves. Automated services. This includes automated processes or machinery that helps customers perform services themselves. Communities. These include online communities where customers can help each other solve their problems about the product or service. Co-creation. Here the company allows the customer to get involved in the designing or development of the product. For example, YouTube has allowed its users to create content for its audience. Customer relationships is a helpful step to create a user journey map of the customers as they interact with the business. It helps clarify the points of engagement between the business and the customer and the modes used to relate to the customers. It will help start to define your operations as a business and also help identify opportunities for automation. The 9 components of the business model canvas are in more detail. The following component of the business model canvas is the channels. This block is to describe how your company will communicate with and reach out to your customers. Channels are the touch points that let your customers connect with your company. Channels play a role in raising awareness of your product or service among customers and delivering your value propositions to them. Channels can also be used to allow customers the avenue to buy products or services and offer post-purchase support. There are 2 types of channels. Owned channels, company website, social media sites, in-house sales, etc. Partner channels, partner-owned websites, wholesale distribution, retail, etc. Channels are defined as the avenues through which your customer comes into contact with your business and becomes part of your sales cycle. This is generally covered under the marketing plan for your business. Good questions to ask when identifying the channels to reach your customers are: how are we going to tell our customer segment about our value proposition? Where are our customers? Are they on social media? Are they driving their car and listening to the radio? Are they at an event or conference? Do they watch TV at this time and day? Understanding how to reach your customers is so crucial to your business. The 9 components of the business model canvas are in more detail. The next component of the business model canvas is the revenue streams are the sources from which a business produces income by selling their goods or service to the customers. And in this block, should describe how we'll earn revenue from the value propositions. A revenue stream can belong to one of the following revenue models. Transaction-based revenue, made from customers who make a one-time payment. Recurring revenue, billed from ongoing fees for continuing services or post-sale services. Revenue streams are defined as the way by which your business converts your value proposition or solution to the customer's problem into financial gain. It is also important to understand pricing your business accordingly to pain of purchase in exchange for the pain of solving the problem for your customer. There are several ways you can generate revenue from: asset sales, by selling the rights of ownership for a product to a buyer. Usage fee, by charging the customer for the use of its product or service. Subscription fee, by charging the customer for using its product regularly and consistently. Lending/leasing/renting, the customer pays to get exclusive rights to use an asset for a fixed period of time. Licensing, customer pays to get permission to use the company's intellectual property. Brokerage fees, revenue generated by acting as an intermediary between 2 or more parties. Advertising, by charging the customer to advertise a product, service, or brand using company platforms. The 9 components of the business model canvas are in more detail. The succeeding component of the business model canvas is the Key activities. These key activities should concentrate on accomplishing its value proposition, reaching customer segments, keeping customer relationships, and generating revenue. There are 3 categories of key activities: production, designing, manufacturing and delivering a product in significant quantities and/or of superior quality. Problem solving, finding new solutions to individual problems faced by customers. Platform/network, creating and maintaining platforms. For example, Microsoft provides a reliable operating system to support third-party software products. The key activities of your business/product are the actions that your business undertakes to achieve the value proposition for your customers. Questions to ask. What activities does the business undertake in achieving the value proposition for the customer? What is the resource used? Time. Expertise. Distribution of product. Technical development. Strategy. Offer resources, human/physical. What actions does it take you and/or your staff to achieve value exchange? Examples. Consulting. Designing. Web development. Baking. Driving. Shoveling. The 9 components of the business model canvas are in more detail. The following component of the business model canvas is the key resources. It is a list of which crucial resources or the main inputs you need to carry out your key activities to create your value proposition. There are several types of crucial resources, and they are human, employees; financial, cash, lines of credit, etc.; intellectual, brand, patents, IP, copyright; physical, equipment, inventory, buildings. Key resources is about what practical resources are needed to achieve the key activities, actions, of the business. Key means the resources your business requires to do business. These resources are what is needed practically to undertake the actions/activities of your business. Office space. Computers. Hosting. People, staff. Internet connection. Car. Bike. Oven. Electricity. Car parts. The 9 components of the business model canvas are in more detail. The next component of the business model canvas is the key partners, are the external companies or suppliers that will help you carry out your key activities. These partnerships are forged to reduce risks and acquire resources. Types of partnerships are strategic alliance, the partnership between non-competitors; coopetition, the strategic partnership between partners; joint ventures, partners developing a new business; buyer-supplier relationships, ensure reliable supplies. Key partners are a list of other external companies or suppliers or parties that may need to achieve the key activities and deliver value to the customer. It moves into the realm of if my business cannot achieve the value proposition alone, who else do I need to rely on to do it? An example of this is if I sell groceries to customers, I may need a local baker to supply fresh bread to my store. They are a key partner to achieve the value my business promises to the customer. The 9 components of the business model canvas are in more detail. The next component of the business model canvas is the cost structure. In this block, it identifies all the costs associated with operating the business model. It needs to focus on evaluating the cost of creating and delivering the value propositions, creating revenue streams, and maintaining customer relationships. And this will be easier to do so once it has defined the key resources, activities, and partners. Businesses can either be cost-driven, focuses on minimizing costs whenever possible, and value-driven, focuses on providing maximum value to the customer. The business cost structure is defined as the monetary cost of operating as a business. How much does it cost to achieve my business's key activities? What is the cost of my key resources and key partnerships? How much does it cost to achieve the value proposition for my customers/users? Are there additional costs for running a business? Legal. Insurance. What is the cost of my business? It is important also to place a monetary value on your time as a cost. How much would it cost you to hire you? What is the opportunity cost of running your business? The 9 components of the business model canvas are in more detail. And the final component of the business model canvas is the value propositions. The value proposition is foundational to any business or product. It is the fundamental concept of the exchange of value between the business and the customer. It is the building block that is at the core of the business model canvas. And it represents the unique solution, goods or service, for a problem faced by a customer segment, or that creates value for the customer segment. A value proposition should be unique or should be different from that of the competitors. If they are offering a new product, it should be innovative and disruptive. And if they are offering a product that already exists in the market, it should stand out with new features and attributes. Value propositions can be either quantitative, price and speed of service, or qualitative, customer experience or design. Generally, value is exchanged from a customer for money when a problem is solved or pain is relieved for them by the business. Good questions to ask when defining the business or product. What is the problem I am solving? Why would someone want to have this problem solved? What is the underlying motivator for this problem? Tips in creating value proposition. A good way to approach this for users or customers is by looking at the customer segments and figuring out where the goods or service solves the problem for the customer, based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If they are selling the goods or service to another business, they are a key partner in them achieving their value proposition for their customers. It is important to have context around the goals the company is trying to achieve for their customer segments and where the business or goods or service fits in the value chain. Thoughts on the business model canvas. Each of these blocks needs to be accurately filled in, and revisited regularly to ensure the business model is still accurate. It's a good thing to do before the business registration. Once it has completed the business model canvas, it can share it with the organization and stakeholders and get their feedback. The business model canvas is a living document. Therefore, after completing it, it requires to revisit and ensure that it is relevant, updated, and accurate.
I hope you learned something about our topic about the easy guide to the business model canvas. If you learned something in this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video with your friends to also learn about this topic. If you have comments, questions, and suggestions, you can leave a message in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Hoping that we meet again in my next vlog, and God bless you always.